This is a topic I never really thought I would ever really want to talk about, but I watched this most recent video of Moist Critical, and he brought up this discussion of uh, not it's not discussion. I apologize. I generally probably I didn't mean to say discussion. This most recent video of his, he was near a mass shooting that happened in Tampa. He was literally a couple blocks away from his two absolutely disgusting people. And maybe I just want to talk about this major issue that's been happening now for 2 decades. I apologize, three. Well, no, it's not even just three. It's ingrained. I feel like I remember looking at this one Reddit post, and it said like mass shootings is ingrained into American culture. And when you really think about it, like, is there any other country on the entire planet when you have mass shootings happen as regularly as America? No. This isn't an issue of, I feel like, even guns. I feel like this is more, this definitely is more than an issue than just guns, because, like, you have European countries that have very loose gun laws. There's some that is banned. Guns are all banned, but we can't do that here. People think that banning guns is just magically going to fix this issue. That is like gun rights, and that's impractical and impossible. You can't just take away everybody's guns now because there's more guns than people here. So you can't do that. No amount of regulation is ever going to fix this issue as well. And it pains me to say that. 7, 11, 13, 7, 11, 13, 17, and 19. That's 5. And it genuinely pains me to say that. But we have to think logically, and when it comes to something like this, you can't just magically ban all assault weapons and that's going to fix the issue of mass shootings. That's very stupid and ignorant way of thinking. That's just very ignorant. Like you could ban assault weapons, and people are just going to use pistols. Pistols cause more shootings than assault weapons. It's just common sense. Whenever you think of any gang shootings, anything like that, they're most likely using pistols, and they're most likely using illegal guns as well. It's not that hard to get an illegal weapon. You could just steal it from somebody. You can't ban weapons because there's more weapons than people. Imagine trying to ban weapons. That's going to cause even like regular law-abiding citizens to fight against that. You can't just do that. So that's out of the window. You can't really fix this. It's really, really, really depressing. It's insanely depressing. Like, what can you do? Genuinely, this is a core issue that's more than just what guns. It's involved with inequality issues. It's involving health issues with like lack of having medical resources. It's issues involving the overall American culture. It's issues involving education, lack of actually having a good public education. It's issues regarding um that I think those are the four core issues. I'm trying to think if there's any other issues. But even if you fix all those issues, even if you fix each of those issues one by one by one by one, there's still going to be a culture of mass shootings. There's going to be some nut job who's a regular person, but also like he's just he's just done with everything. He's just straight up just done with everything. He's done with life, and he feels like, you know what, I'm going to end it like this. There's people like that. It's so depressing. It is so depressing seeing things like this, because why is this a thing? Why are human beings like this? It makes me so sad because it's like you're going to kill these innocent people who have done nothing Innocent people who have literally done nothing. The result is at least 6 and prime. And prime, which is 5. It's also going to be 5 out of 20, I'm pretty sure, because it needs to be at least 6 and prime, which means it's just going to be 5 out of 20. It's so unbelievably depressing seeing things like this because it just. Because why? Oh, why do this? I've been looking at multiple 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 videos of this, and it makes me so unbelievably depressed because it's like, why do things like this, man? Like, I wish I had a voice that like everybody could hear and explain to them like you can't fix the way to fix this issue, this massive like epidemic of mass shootings is not. You can't solve it by banning all guns because there's more guns than people. It's an issue that's deeper than just gun control. It's deeper than that. It's fixing the societal issue, this mass mental health issue, which it subsedes, which is just under this issue of just healthcare in general. It's fixing this issue of like a lack of a lack of having a good public education system. It's also it's also having like high unemployment. It's also like there's just so many there's a magnitude of issues as to why this is even becoming a thing. And it makes me so sad, you know. It just makes me so unbelievably sad that this is even a thing. But it makes me afraid to even like go outside because it's like back to back to back to back to back to back to back so many mass shootings that are happening. And cops can't do anything about it because it's so quick. Like what Critical said, it's just so quick. They had 50 cops over at the area in Tampa and they couldn't fix this. It's just so sad. Like you can't do anything about it. Like what can you do to fix this? Like it's more than just like I said, like it's more than like a gun issue, man. Two, three, 5, 2, 3, 5 is 17. 2, 3, 5 is 17. But there's one more, right? There is one more. I include 6, correct? I get 17. I know it's 18 over 20. I messed something up with this. But it's more than just one thing, like I said, and I don't know how we could fix this. It makes me genuinely worried about even wanting to have kids in this future, because why would I want to bring them into a world where something like this could happen? This is 2 to the power of 10 because there is in the denominator because I'm looking for what's the probability that randomly chosen binary string of 2 length of 10 has exactly 3 ones. The total of this is going to be, well, there's 2 because it's binary, so it's 2. That's going to be power to the 10 because it's length of 10. What is the probability that a randomly chosen binary string length 10 has exactly 3 ones? Well, I can do unordered without replacement. And I can do 10 factorial minus, which is r, 3 factorial, and it's going to be 7 factorial. A randomly chosen binary string has exactly 3 ones. That's what I can do for this. I just wanted to stream so I could talk about this. I think it's just because I wanted to kind of vent in a way because like that's just so fucking sad, man. It's just so sad. It makes me worried about the future, man. It really does. It makes you want to move out of the country, in all honesty, and just get the fuck away from here, man. It's oh my god. I feel like unrest is higher than has ever been, man. Because it just makes me question like why? Why 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 do this, man? Genuinely, like why do this? What makes you want to do this, man? I hope those people who did that in Tampa, I hope that they serve I hope that they like literally serve life in prison. What makes them think that they should do that and risk killing so many innocent people, man? Like it's just so disappointing. Because at what point will this ever stop? Never. What is the probability that the password contains all letters? All letters. This is going to be 52 factorial because you only want to contain letters and not numbers. Or the total. Always remember the total, which is going to be, in this case, 62 to the power of, um, 6. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk about this because, like, gun control is way too late, I think. Yeah, there's already hundreds of laws that were made, but they don't do anything. Like I said, it's ingrained into the culture of America. There's no way to stop this. The only way you could stop this, well, I don't want to say there's no way. There's a couple ways to lower it down, and that's by, like I said, there's already a heavy amount of wealth inequality in this country. The only way to prevent this is by increasing taxes on the wealthy, but that will never happen because even if you do that, they're not going to pay. They're not going to pay it. Better public education, which is inherently is desperately needed, and we need way better public education. There needs to be like a radical education reform. What I mean radical, I mean quickly and like a dramatic 180 in order to fix it, which could solve I think a lot of issues pertaining to violence, pertaining to everything, literally everything. Medical reform, which will never, of course, never happen. None of this will ever happen. I feel like it's depressing. This could solve a lot of issues with this. It could solve a lot of issues when it comes to crime. I don't feel like what I'm saying is very liberal. I feel like it's just common sense at this point in time. It's that the probability is prime given that it is at least 6. I apologize, I'm on B. What is the probability that the password has no repeated characters? Password has no repeated characters. Well, if it has no repeated characters, I already know what the bottom is going to be. It's going to be 62 to the power of 6. No repeated characters. This is going to be 62 factorial on top. And you want no repeated characters. Well, let's just do -6, and this could be the bottom. This could be 56 factorial. I wonder if this is correct. Is this correct? It is. That's good. I feel like I feel like no matter what I say, no matter what anybody says, nothing is going to fix this issue. I don't even want to call it issue. It's more than issue. It's a like I don't even know what to call it. It's more than an issue. I don't even want to call it issue because that's I feel like that's undermining this awful, awful like, like I don't even know like epidemic of mass shootings. Shootings in general. People are fucking lunatics, man. Like I don't understand. I don't understand what goes in the mind of what these people do. That they would want to hurt innocent children and it's so sad. What's the probability that the result is where's the probability that the password has all letters given that has no repeated characters? So would this be all letters given 52 squared? I mean, like 52 to the power of 6, and it has all letters given that has no repeated characters. Given that it has no repeated characters would mean that this is wrong because we don't want any. Well, we don't want to have any repeated characters. I think it's has no repeated characters. I'm going to utilize 62 to the power 62 factorial over 56. But I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. This is way more heavy than probably anything I've ever talked about, even when it came to talking about, Ninja Bowls and the Taiwan China conflict and stuff like that, because this is happening and it makes me so sad. It makes me just so, so, so sad because I feel like it's so unnecessary. This is like this should never, ever, ever happen, but it is. I feel like it's human nature. I don't know what it is. I don't no, I don't feel like it's human nature. It should never be human nature. But it's like American. It's like an American thing, and I don't know what it is. I feel like I don't know if it's like ignorance. I don't know what it is, and it's it's depressing. Has all letters given. So all letters are given as 52 factorial over 46. And nothing that we do is going to stop this, which makes it even more sad, man. It makes me even more sad. Has repeated characters. So probably the password has repeated characters. Is this just 56 factorial then? I'm pretty sure this is just 56 factorial, right? Yeah, I'm right. It's 56 to the power of 6. But I genuinely don't know. I'm not going to say I don't know because I don't get paid enough to not know. It's because I genuinely don't know. I feel like everybody should question everything and everybody should do research and everybody should be an individual thinker. They should be thinking critically and try to think logically and try to think just in general. Not trying to come up with solutions to try to solve a problem, even if it isn't their own problem, even if it's a global problem. Try to think of a problem that could try to actually think about like trying to solve this issue. And this is something that's stumping me because I feel like there are no, it's not stumping me. I feel like there are plenty of solutions to lower it down that could maybe fix it. Maybe fix this epidemic that's in this country. has repeated characters. There are solutions. I feel like there's nothing that can't be solved. I feel like there's nothing that can't be solved. That's something I genuinely believe. I feel like you could solve a problem. Anybody could solve a problem. This is 56 factorial, and this could be over 50. This could be correct. I don't know if it is or isn't. I feel like, yeah, it's correct. Okay. I feel like you could everybody could try. Anybody could solve a problem. They're all problems that are everywhere around this world could be solved. I believe that. This included. It's a matter of everybody putting their minds together in order to come up with a solution, but nobody wants to come up with a solution. It sucks to say that, but I feel like nobody wants to come up with a solution. And it pains me to say that. I don't know why people are so done with this, man. I don't know why. I'm worried about my safety. I'm worried about if I ever have kids, I'm worried about their safety. I'm worried about my parents' safety. I'm worried about my brother's safety because I feel like some lunatic could come anywhere. It pains me, man. It pains me to say this. It really does, you know. What's the probability that x takes on a value that's at least 5? You know, like 6 to the power, I mean, under 28. And like, I kind of said everything I wanted to say about it now, actually. I'm still going to continue streaming just maybe, but come up with something else. But like I said, you know, I feel like every problem can be solved. I feel like I truly believe that, you know, I feel like every problem can be solved. There is a solution to every problem. There is. We just haven't came up with it yet. There are so many solutions to fix this issue. There's so many solutions to fix the Taiwanese and China conflict. There's some of these solutions I think are very simple. Now there are ideological differences between the two nations, and that's what's kind of causing this conflict. But I feel like there is a solution to that, just like I feel like there's a solution to this. I feel like the solution to I, I don't know. And I would say like time could just fix this, but time would not fix this. Time could fix a lot of things, but not when it comes to something like this. You know, I don't know what could actually like. Well, I already said what I think I know, but I don't feel like any of those solutions would ever come into play because I feel like nobody wants them to come into play. I feel like nobody who has power wants any of these things to come into play. But now more than ever, I disagree with a couple of what people on Reddit said with like with with them saying there's not enough that there's already enough unless people don't speak out that this issue isn't going to this isn't going to get fixed. And to me, I feel like now more than ever, when more and more of these shootings happen, I feel like someday, which I think could be coming soon if more than ever are happening right now, that Something needs to happen. I just hope to God that it gets fixed soon, man. It makes my chest hurt even thinking about this. Like it just makes me so sad. Like why? Like genuinely, like why is this happening, man? I don't know, man. It just pains me, man. 1/28 equals 1. I feel like this subsedes a like political issue. This is like a should be a human issue, honestly, man. It's sad. It's just so sad. I'm gonna stop talking about it now. I'm gonna talk about some anime stuff because I don't wanna. I don't know. It just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart, man. What made me talk about this though, I should probably say is the critical video. That's what made me want to talk about this. I recommend a lot of people to watch that if they really want to. But actually, I don't recommend anybody watch that. It makes me sad. I don't know. I'll talk to you guys later though.